Blake Lively thought subpoenaing her supposed ride-or-die Taylor Swift would be a cute power move. Spoiler alert, it detonated like a stadium firework aimed straight at her own career. Imagine waking up to find your name plastered all over a lawsuit you've never even heard of, with paparazzi camped outside your hotel and social apps buzzing like hornets. That's exactly how Taylor learned she'd been dragged into Blake's crumbling fragrance debacle, and the second those papers hit her porch, the friendship combusted faster than a confetti cannon in a wind tunnel. First, let's rewind to the spark that lit this dumpster inferno. 2 years ago, Blake inked a glossy 8-figure deal to front Luxe Essence No. 9, a high-end perfume pitched as ethical elegance in a bottle. Commercial shoots rolled, billboards went up, and we all witnessed Blake spritzing herself in slow motion while frolicking through a meadow like she invented chlorophyll. Fast forward to last month, and Luxe Essence's parent company quietly snagged a minority stake in a vintage fur resale app. Twitter erupted, accusing Blake of preaching sustainability while standing on a pile of pelts. Feeling the heat, Blake's team scrambled for an escape hatch and, ta-da, claimed there was a hidden fur clause, allowing her to bounce if the brand got even a whiff of real pelts. Problem? The clause only existed on a PDF Blake allegedly misplaced. Luxe Essence sued for breach, demanding their 7-figure advance back plus damages for tanked pre-sales. In the middle of this legal bonfire, Blake tried to toss Taylor's megawatt star power on as a kind of legal extinguisher. She listed Taylor as her personal witness, telling the court her pop icon pal had confirmation texts, proving the clause was real. When the subpoena arrived, Taylor was on her European-era's leg, mid-soundcheck, singing the bridge of Enchanted for the 8th time that day. Management put the envelope in her dressing room chair. She flipped the first page and muttered, "You have got to be kidding me," loud enough for a backup dancer to choke on her water bottle. Within an hour, Tree Payne, Taylor's PR maestro, drafted a blistering statement. Ms. De Swift has no knowledge of any contractual clause, will not be weaponized in frivolous litigation, and declines to testify. Translation: take my name out of your mouth or prepare for legal thunder. Instead of retreating, Blake doubled down. Classic PR belly flop. She told Page 6, "Taylor was by my side when I negotiated that contract." Swifties archived the article in seconds, then scoured every public timeline. No record existed of any joint meeting. #sign Blake the Snake trended by dinner. Spotify streams of Better Than Revenge spiked 123%. By sunrise, even neutral gossip blogs tilted. Is Blake fabricating text to drag Taylor into court? When you lose deux mois, it's over. Inside the courtroom, Luxe Essence's lawyers were shark-smelling perfume-scented blood. They subpoenaed Blake's phone backup and compared timestamps. The killer detail? A chat labeled TS Heart BL popped into existence 3 days after the lawsuit was filed. Forensic analysts testified the entire conversation was created in one editing session on a desktop Mac. Blake's face went white. Her lawyer asked for a recess. The gallery gasped so loud the judge slammed his gavel. Meanwhile, Taylor posted an Instagram story of her cat Meredith side-eyeing a toy subpoena. 8 million laughing, crying emojis later, the jury pool was practically singing "You're losing me." Backstage, insiders say Selena Gomez FaceTimed Taylor cackling so hard her Rare Beauty mascara ran. "Girl, she forged texts. That's toddler-level desperate." Selena joked. Taylor, ever the strategist, kept calm. Her mom, Andrea, advised, "Silence is golden, music is platinum." Instead of online mudslinging, Taylor let the court docket do the talking. Blake, though, unleashed a Notes app apology at 2 a.m. blaming staff miscommunication. The apology was 6 paragraphs, but somehow never used the words sorry or forgery. Swifties meme stitched it into a musical, off-Broadway run pending. Brands took swift, pun fully intended action. Streaming platform Orbital scrapped Blake's upcoming cooking show pilot, citing scheduling conflicts. Translation: we're not burning money on a walking scandal. Fashion house Glissant pulled her from their spring lookbook. Sources say a billboard contractor spent the night swapping Blake's face for Zendaya's before sunrise to avoid refund clauses tied to morality optics. That one billboard swap cost $6,000. Cheaper than public outrage. Now, you might think Taylor would just block Blake and move on, but Taylor Swift is basically the CEO of Narrative Control Incorporated, rather than clap back. With cryptic tweets, she added a surprise mashup of "Look What You Made Me Do" and "Shake It Off" to the setlist the very next night, complete with new choreography where she mimed ripping up a contract and tossing it over her shoulder. Fans in the pit screamed like they'd just seen Bigfoot in a Versace blazer. TikTok clips hit 15 million views before breakfast. Here's the kicker. The scandal started to bleed into Blake's marriage PR bubble. An anonymous tipster, likely someone from an agency tired of the chaos, leaked that Ryan Reynolds had cautioned Blake against dragging personal friends into legal messes. Paparazzi photos emerged of Ryan quietly cheering at Taylor's Dublin show without Blake. Q Think pieces headlined "Deadpool Pics Aside." Reynolds' gin brand posted a promotional tweet, "We don't do fake ingredients," which fans interpreted as a surgical burn. The deeper investigators dug, the uglier it looked. Court filings revealed Blake attempted to trademark Swift-approved scents 2 weeks before Lux Essence's first stake hit the news. She even filed a logo design featuring a silhouette with a ponytail suspiciously similar to Taylor's. IP attorneys testified the application was flagged for celeb likeness infringement. In less legal terms, girl tried to bottle her bestie for profit and got caught before the ink dried. Mid-trial, a bomb dropped bigger than any pyro on the Era stage. A former Lux Essence marketing executive turned whistleblower handed over internal emails, showing Blake's team pitched a backup plan to spin negative press into a joint ethics panel featuring Taylor as keynote speaker. They budgeted $500,000 just to convince Taylor's camp. Email subject line, "Operation Friendship Shield." When read aloud in court, laughter erupted. The judge threatened contempt if the giggles didn't stop. And yes, the stenographer recorded the laughter. Future law students will study that transcript like scripture. At the same hour those emails went public, Taylor's merch store dropped limited edition hoodies reading, "Not Your Prop." They sold out in 9 minutes, grossing $1.8 million for the National Music Education Initiative. Fans posted receipts tweeting, "Turning petty into philanthropy. Queen behavior." Blake tried to counter with a numbers support sincerity live stream fundraiser, but peaked at 11,000 viewers before buffering issues killed the vibe. The internet dubbed it the glitch heard round the courthouse. Now let's hit that mid-video twist guaranteed to slap viewer retention awake at the 12-minute mark. While Blake's legal team prepared closing arguments, a private investigator hired by Lux Essence uncovered that Blake had secretly purchased 2,000 shares in the very fur resale app she publicly denounced. Transaction date? 48 hours before the brand bought in. In finance speak, that's called insider knowledge, if not outright hypocrisy. Screenshots of the brokerage records splashed across every gossip tabloid's front page beside Taylor's stadium pyros. The contrast? Scorched earth. Unsurprisingly, Blake's lawyers immediately sought a settlement after that reveal, offering to repay the advance plus a public apology tour. Lux Essence smelled victory and doubled damages, pressing ahead. The judge scheduled final judgment for Tuesday, July 22, 2025. Meanwhile, Taylor's tour gross hit $2 billion, and Forbes featured her on a cover titled "The Untouchable Titan." The split-screen contrast? Chef's kiss. Final hearing day. Blake entered the courthouse in a navy pantsuit 2 sizes too big. Maybe symbolism for a career that suddenly felt oversized and empty. The judge ruled Blake owed Lux Essence $6.4 million in damages, plus attorney fees, and issued a public admonishment for reckless attempts to manipulate both public perception and judicial economy. Standing outside afterward, Blake's publicist read a statement so dry even the courthouse pigeons snoozed. Reporters asked if she'd spoken with Taylor yet. Blake whispered, "Not yet," voice cracking like a B-side vinyl. Across the ocean, Taylor's tour cameras panned to her flashing a peace sign during "Shake It Off." Symbolism served. Where does this leave Hollywood's once Pinterest-perfect friendship? Taylor sails higher, her boundaries rock solid, her fan base larger than most small nations. She's rumored to record a surprise single titled "Claws," lyrics allegedly roasting contractual lies and silent agendas. Predict a Grammy nod before the track is even mixed. Blake, on the other hand, faces the Everest of reputation rehab. Crisis Pros recommended 2-year social media cleanse, documentary-style apology, and quiet charity work. Even then, the public's memory is long. Ask anyone still side-eyeing Lance Armstrong. Industry chatter now includes a new metric: Swift collateral risk. Brand deals come with vetting questions like, could this partnership anger Taylor Nation? Casting agents admit off-record they'd choose an unknown over a potential PR tornado. Blake's team calls it unfair. The internet calls it consequences. Even Ryan Reynolds' aviation gin appears to have quietly removed their joint couple campaign, archiving posts faster than you can say, hide evidence. Some pundits argue Blake's misfire will enter PR textbooks under the Streisand Effect Celebrity Edition. By trying to suppress one breach of contract headline, she ended up generating a month-long soap opera with global reach. Analytics firms estimate she lost 2.3 million combined followers across major platforms in 19 days, a drop graph steeper than crypto in 2020. 2022. Meanwhile, Taylor added 4 million. The numbers narrate their own morality play. Even late-night hosts jumped on the chaos. One quipped, "Blake wanted a Taylor feature. She got a feature-length court drama." Studio audience howled. Memes of Blake holding a perfume bottle labeled "Tears" flooded Reddit. Etsy vendors sold candles named Subpoena Chic, scented with regret and bergamot. The coup de grace came during Taylor's Paris show encore. Stage lights dimmed, a giant gavel animation slammed across the LED wall, and Taylor whispered into the mic, "Actions have consequences." No song followed, just roaring applause that lasted a full minute before she launched into Karma. Fan cams captured concertgoers crying, laughing, screaming, sometimes all three. News anchors the next morning described it as an eclipse of cultural shade. So, what's the moral? Loyalty is earned in quiet moments, but destroyed in a single selfish act. Blake lively gambled her bond with the world's most influential artist on a flimsy fake clause and lost everything but legal debt. Taylor Swift never needed to scream. Her silence did the talking, amplified by millions who heard the message loud and clear. Betray me and watch the fallout write its own chart-topping saga. Blake thought she'd destroy Taylor's peace, but it looks like she destroyed herself instead.